Hey everyone, it is me, Fashion Coder, and today I am going to be going over what the PulseFinity project is. So I didn't really know what it was until I did my research, just barely, but honestly, it's going to be a super cool project. I am excited for it. So if you want to find them on Twitter, this is their page. It's just PulseFinity as their handle, and then if you want to contact them on Telegram, you can click here, and then their website's right there. But today we are actually going to be going over their white paper. Okay, so this was made last month in September, and in their white paper they go over all of their things. Honestly, a lot of it I do want to read to you, but I'm going to try not to read it to you. But this is a cool project. Before we get into it, I see it in two different ways. There's one side of it where it's the venture capitalist type thing where you're investing in different projects, but they allow you to the opportunity to do that. And then they also have a portal type thing where you're able to create projects on it and everything too. So I think both sides of their project are really cool for different reasons. And I think it's going to be really great for Pulse Chain because I haven't seen something like this before. Also, one more time, this is how you contact them. Okay. I do want to read you the bottom part of this. Let's see. So, oh goodness. Okay, PulseFinity provides the perfect platform for Pulse developers and first-time innovators who want to create a Pulse Chain venture. We provide a variety of token creation tools, making DeFi and Pulse Chain available for the masses. So that's one of the sides. And then the other one is by providing an opportunity to everyday people to safely grow their own capital, we aim to improve the quality of millions of lives while simultaneously enabling a new funding source to blockchain innovation worldwide. So those are the two different things that they do, which is super cool. So the goal of PulseFinity is to incorporate developers, investors, and projects into a safe venture capital investing space on Pulse Chain. And I really like this because if you've ever watched any of my other videos, when I talk about sacrifices for different projects, I talk about how I really like getting into sacrifices because I like to show support in the sense of being a venture capitalist. So I want to show them support by giving them some money to see if they will do well. And so that's why I get into sacrifices, because I really do want to support these different projects because I believe Pulse Chain will do well and I want these projects to do well on Pulse Chain. So it's really cool that PulseFinity is here to give an experience where it's all in one place, which I love. Right here it goes into what Pulse Chain is. So if you want more information, go look at that. And then this is one of the sides of it, is the venture yield contract. So right here, it goes into the functionality of what PulseFinity is when it comes to that venture capital. And it's through two different ways of how they receive those funds. And then I kind of like this part, the staking contracts. I always love stats, but around 97% of all incentive rewards are distributed via farms or staking contracts in crypto. So kind of an interesting fact. And then honestly, I feel like this page is probably the best page in the entire thing because it is a roadmap. And now I love roadmaps. I'm a product owner. And so that always, just seeing a roadmap of how everything's laid out is amazing. But it goes through what they're doing this year. And you can come in and look at this. And so their goal is to have everything ready for the Pulse Chain launch. The PLF token ready for Pulse Chain launch. And then to have it also available on testnet. And so yeah, so here's all of their roadmap. Also, it's really cute. I like the coloring of it too. Not that matters, but I do like it. And then we have a product overview right here. So right here, it does say the venture capital remains elusive for most retail. And I really like that it's bringing it to personal finance. Because typically, if you are a venture capitalist, you're working with a company and you have a lot of money to give into specific things. But I really feel like PulseFinity is bringing this down to a level where it can be a normal person like me or a normal person like you, and you get to invest into these different projects, which I think is a great thing. Okay, and then token metrics. So 50 billion tokens will be the supply. They're going to release it in a couple different ways. Some of it's going to be burned. And there is a sacrifice. Actually, I'll talk about this up here. So there is a sacrifice. It ends January 1st, 2023. And you can get into it now, actually. If you want to get into it, you need to go to their website. And they have a button that says sacrifice. And then they have an address there. And there's different rankings. So you can actually get like a multiplier if you're in a specific ranking. I didn't really look to see if all of their like rankings are closed. But last time I looked, they had a little over 30K sacrifice, I think. So, yeah, that's great. Okay. And then they have their IDO project onboarding process. So IDO, I think, stands for Initial Dex Offering. I looked it up because I wasn't positive. And so this like goes into like the different security audits. And as I read through the whole entire white paper. As I read through this, what I realized is they are very sensitive is probably not the right word, but I think it's a good word for this. They're very sensitive in wanting to provide their customer, so me or someone else investing, they want to provide their customer a safe space to be able to go in and like do all of this venture capital stuff. So they have so many audits. I think they have 4 that they're going through. And then all of the projects that come to them, they have like a 4-step thing, which we'll probably see in a second. They have all of these steps that they have to go through to be able to be a project that is offered through PulseFinity. Oh yeah, right here. So yep, they audit them. And then let's see, blockchain smart contract auditors conduct analysis of smart contracts and to find and prevent vulnerabilities. And let's see. Okay, here they are. These are all the things that they have to go through, which is great. It means that once these projects come on to PulseFinity, they really have to be like super vetted. Oh, here we go. And then they have to go through this whole process too. Okay. So how to buy one. Now I always love a good flow chart too. So you come in here and it gives you a bit of details of like how you're going to buy it. I do want to go through this process and I'll get into the nitty gritty in a second. But you're going to buy the PLF, which is that PulseFinity. You can stake it, which is what you want to do. And then the venture yield reward pool. And then by doing all of that, you get to access the project pre-sales. So, I mean, it's worth it to stake it because of all of that. Okay, so in order to access sales, you must stake your PulseFinity. Depending on the amount staked will determine the amount you can buy and the likelihood of winning an IDO allocation. So it is I don't want to say lottery, but like a winning type thing. Let's see here. The minimum staking duration is 30 days. The maximum is 1,095 days. Stakes are locked for the first 15 days. And there is a penalty, I think, too. And then allocations will range from $100 worth of PulseFinity to $10,000. Okay, and then team vesting guide. PulseFinity not only secures projects through official audits, but also provides projects with vesting protocols to ensure extra security. And this is one of the paragraphs I actually remember from reading this, is the team vesting system is a vesting protocol that asks project owners to lock their team tokens for a period of time. This in turn means there's no unlocked team tokens, which can make a rug pull possible. So a rug pull is literally impossible with what they ask them to do. So it makes it even more safe, which I really like that they're so on the ball with this, right? It makes it easier, at least for a consumer like me, to look at this and be like, okay, well, they do X, Y, and Z, and so I do trust the process that they went through, and so I'm more likely to want to invest, in one of those things. And then they have this vesting guide. Okay, so that's that whole side of things, okay? Now we're going to change our brains a little bit on create your own Pulse Chain token. So this is crazy. So how it works. So you sign up for Finity Mint. Then you have your wallet ready with the gas currency supported by our chains. After connecting your wallet, you'll be able to choose what kind of token you want to create. Fill out the form consisting of your token's name, symbol, decimal, and total supply. Hit create, and as easy as that, your token has now officially been created on Pulse Chain. So I really like this too, just from a developer standpoint. I have been coding for a really long time, and I really honestly do like different technologies like this where it allows you to do it in such an easy, straightforward way. And a good example of this that it reminded me of when I first read it is, making a website can take a long time if you're just going to be, just coding normal HTML code, okay? It can take a really long time. But there's companies like Wix.com that you can just go in and tell it exactly what you want, and they create a website for you. And it's not like they actually create it, they just have all these templates. And I feel like this is kind of along the same lines, that they do the heavy lifting in being able to, help you get something like this started. Because you'd have to do, I feel like, so many other things if you're going to create a project. So all tokens created on Infinity Mint will need to comply with audit partners, KYC procedures, same requirements as PulseFinity IDO projects. Cool. So that also means that the projects that are being created on there are going to be highly audited, and they have to meet those requirements, and so it's easier to trust them because they do have to hit that high standard. Okay, and then what the token services includes. There's so many things. Swap, staking, DApp, developers, website creators, metaverse, game, NFT developers, Telegram and Discord chill, DEX tools trending, billboard advertisements, Reddit trending and upvotes, Whitepaper writer, press releases, influencer marketing partnerships, coin listing advertisements. So those are a lot of different amazing tools that are just provided for these people. So I think if I was going to create a token, I'd want to create it through them because they give you all of these amazing tools. And then they also have branding kits, which is really important in our day and age to have that branding. So there's all of that. And then here we come to the end. So if you want to sacrifice, go to their website. And then if you are interested in contacting them, if you have questions and concerns, this is where you can contact them through their Telegram, as well as these are the different people that you can contact too. If you have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the comments below. Let me know what you think of PulseFinity. I think it's actually a really cool project, but I'd like to know what you think about it too. So put them in the comments, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.